Hi guys, I'm back. Today I'm going to read Deuteronomy 16 to 22, Proverbs 10, and Psalm 137. Let's get started. Observe the month of Abib and keep the Passover to the Lord your God. For in the month of Abib the Lord your God brought you out of Egypt by night. And you shall offer the Passover sacrifice to the Lord your God from the flock of the herd at the place that the Lord will choose, to make his name dwell. You shall eat no unleavened bread with it. 7 days you shall eat it with unleavened bread, the bread of affliction. For you came out of the land of Egypt in haste. And all the days of your life you may remember the day when you came out of the land of Egypt. And leaven shall be seen with you in all your territory for 7 days. Nor shall any of the flesh that you sacrifice on the evening of the first day remain all night until morning. You may not offer the Passover sacrifice within any of your towns that the Lord your God has given you, but at the place that the Lord your God will choose, to make his name dwell in it. There you shall offer the Passover sacrifice in the evening at sunset, or at the time you came out of Egypt. And you shall cook it and eat it at the place that the Lord your God will choose. In the morning you shall turn and go to your tent. For 6 days you shall eat unleavened bread, and on the 7th day they shall be solemn assembly to the Lord your God. You shall do no work on it. You shall count 7 weeks. Begin to count the 7 weeks from the time the sickle is first put to the standing grain. And you shall keep the feast of weeks to the Lord your God with the tribute of a free will offering from your hand, which you shall give as the Lord your God blesses you. And you shall rejoice before the Lord your God, you and your son and your daughter, your male son and your female son, and Levi who is within your town, the sojourner, the fatherless, and the widow who are among you. And the place that the Lord your God will choose to make his name dwell there, shall remember that you were a slave in Egypt, and you shall be careful to observe these statutes. You shall keep the feast of booths 7 days, and you have gathered in the produce from your threshing floor in your winepress. You shall rejoice in your feast, you and your son and your daughter, your male son and your female son. And the Levite and the sojourner, the fatherless, and the widow who are within your towns. On 7 days you shall keep the feast of the Lord your God, at the place that the Lord will choose, because the Lord your God will bless you in all your produce and all the work of your hands, that you will all be altogether joyful. 3 times a year your male shall appear before the Lord your God, at the place that he will choose, at the feast of unleavened bread, at the feast of weeks, and at the feast of booths. They shall not appear before the Lord empty-handed. Every man shall give as he is able, according to the blessing of the Lord your God that he has given you. You shall appoint judges and officers in all your towns that the Lord your God is giving you, according to your tribes, and they shall judge the people with righteous judgment. You shall not pervert justice, you shall not show partiality, and you shall not accept a bribe. For a bribe blinds the eyes of the wise and subverts the cause of the righteous. Justice and only justice you shall follow, that you may live and inherit the land that the Lord your God has given you. You shall not plant any tree as an Asherah beside the altar of the Lord your God that you shall make, and you shall not set up a pillar which the Lord your God hates. You shall not sacrifice to the Lord your God an ox or a sheep in which is a blemish, any defect whatever, that is an abomination to the Lord your God. If there is found among you within any of your towns that the Lord your God is giving you, a man or woman who does what is evil in the sight of the Lord your God, in transgressing his covenant, and is going to serve the other gods and worship them, or the sun, or the moon, or any of the host of heaven, which I have forbidden, and it is told you, and you hear it, and you shall inquire diligently, and if it is true, and certain that such an abomination has been done in Israel, and you shall bring it out to your face, that man or woman who has done this evil thing. You shall stone that man or woman to death with stones. On the evidence of 2 witnesses, or of 3 witnesses, the one who is to die shall be put to death. A person shall be put to death on the evidence of 1 witness. The hand of the witness shall be first against him to put him to death, and after the hand of the people. So you shall purge the evil from your midst. If any case arises in requiring decision between one kind of homicide and another, one kind of legal right or another, or one kind of assault with another, any case within your towns that is too difficult for you, and you shall arise and go to a place that the Lord your God will choose, and you shall come to the Levitical priest and to the judge who is in office in those days, and you shall consult them, and they shall declare to you their decision. And you shall do according to what they declare to you from that place that the Lord will choose. And you shall be careful to do according to all that they direct you. according to the instructions that they give you, and according to the direction which they pronounce to you, you shall do. You shall not turn aside from the verdict that they declare to you, either to the right hand or to the left. And the man who acts presumptuously by not obeying the priest, he stands to minister there before the Lord your God, or the judge, that man shall die. So you shall curse the evil from Israel. All the people shall hear and fear, and not act presumptuously again. Then you come to the land that the Lord your God has given you, and you shall possess it and dwell in it. And then say, I will set a king over me, and like all the nations that are around me, and you may indeed set a king over you, and the Lord your God will choose one of them. One then from among your brothers you shall set as king over you. You may not put a foreigner over you who is not your brother, and he must not acquire. And you must not acquire many horses for himself, of course the Hebrew to return to Egypt in order to acquire many horses. Since the Lord has said to you, you shall never return that way again, and you shall not acquire many wives for himself, lest his heart turn away, nor shall he acquire for himself excessive silver and gold. And when he sits on the throne of his kingdom, he shall write for himself in a book a copy of this law, approved by the Levitical priest, and it shall be with him, and he shall read it all the days of his life, that he may learn to fear the Lord his God by keeping all the words of this law, and the statutes, and doing them. And his heart may not be lifted up above his brothers, and that he may not turn aside from the commandment, either to the right hand or to the left, so that he may continue long in his kingdom. He and his Jun in Israel, the Levitical priest, all the tribe of Levi, shall have no portion or inheritance with Israel. They shall eat of the Lord's food offerings as their inheritance. They shall have no inheritance among their brothers, and the Lord is their inheritance, as he promised them. And this shall be the priest's due from the people, from those offering a sacrifice, whether an ox or a sheep. They shall give to the priest his shoulder, and the 2 cheeks from the stomach, the first fruits of your grain, of your wine and your oil, and the first release of your sheep. You shall give him. And the Lord your God has chosen him out of all your tribes to stand and minister in the name of the Lord. Him and his sons for all time. And if the Levite comes from any of the towns of the Lord where he lives, and he may come when he decides to a place that the Lord will choose, and ministers in the name of the Lord's God, and like all his fellow Levites who stand to minister there before the Lord, that he may have equal portions to eat, besides what he receives from the sale of his patrimony. When you come into the land that the Lord your God has given you, you shall not learn to follow the abominable practices of those nations. There shall be found among you anyone who burns his son or his daughter as an offering, anyone who practices divination or tells fortunes, or interprets omens, or a sorcerer, or a charmer, or a medium, or a necromancer, or one who inquires of the dead. Whoever does these things is an abomination to the Lord. And because of these abominations, the Lord your God is driving them out before you. You shall be blameless before the Lord your God. For these nations which you are about to dispossess, and listen to fortune tellers and to diviners. As he, the Lord your God, has not allowed you to do this. The Lord your God shall raise up for you a prophet like me from among you, and your brothers. This is to him you shall listen, just as you desire of the Lord your God on the day of the assembly, when you say, let me not hear again the voice of the Lord my God, nor see this great fire anymore, lest I die. And the Lord said to me, they are right what they have spoken. I will raise up for them a prophet like you from among their brothers, and I will put my words in his mouth, and he shall speak. You shall speak to them all that I command, and whoever will not listen to my word, that he shall speak in my name, I myself will require it of him. If the prophet presumes to speak a word in my name, that I have not commanded him to speak, or speak in the name of other gods, that same prophet shall die. If you say in your heart, how may we know the word that the Lord has not spoken? When the prophet speaks in the name of the Lord, if the word does not come to pass or comes true, that is the word that the Lord has not spoken. The prophet has spoken it presumptuously. You need not be afraid of him. And the Lord your God cuts off the nations whose land the Lord your God is giving you, and he dispossesses them and dwell in their cities in their houses. You shall set apart 3 cities for yourselves in the land that the Lord your God has given you to possess. You shall measure the distances and divide into 3 parts the area of the land that the Lord your God gives you as a possession, so that any manslayer can flee to them. This is the provision for the manslayer, who by fleeing there may save his life. If anyone kills his neighbor unintentionally, without having hated him in this past, that is when someone goes into the forest with his neighbor to cut wood, and his hand swings the axe to cut down a tree, and the hair slips from the handle and strikes his neighbor so that he die. He may wage one of these cities in Lest he avenge in blood and hot anger pursue a man's life, and overtake him because the way is long, and strike him fatally. No, the man did not deserve to die, and since he had not hated his neighbour in the past, and if I command you shall set apart 3 cities, and if the Lord your God enlarges your territory, as he sworn to your father, and gives you all the land that he promised to give to your fathers, provided you are careful to keep all his commandments, as I command you today, by loving the Lord your God and by walking ever in his ways. You shall have 3 other cities to these 3, lest innocent blood be shed in your land that the Lord your God is giving you for an inheritance, and that the guilt of bloodshed be upon you. If anyone hates his neighbor and lies a knife and attacks him and strikes him fatally so that he dies, and he flees into one of these cities, then the elders of the city shall stand and take him from them, and hand him over to the avenger, so that he may die. Your eyes shall not pity him, but you shall purge the guilt of innocent blood, so that it may be well with you. You shall not move your neighbor's landmark, which the men of old have said, and the inheritance that you are holding the land that the Lord your God is giving you to this. Single witness shall not suffice against the person of any kind or for any connection with any offering that he has committed. Only on the evidence of 2 witnesses or of 3 witnesses shall a charge be established. If a malicious witness arises to accuse a person of wrongdoing, then both parties to the dispute shall appear before the priest, and the judges shall in office in those days. The judges shall inquire diligently. If the witness is a false witness, and then is accused his brother falsely, he shall do to as he had meant to do to his brother. He shall purge the evil from your midst, and the rest shall hear and fear, and he shall never again commit any evil among you. Your eyes shall not pity, it shall be life for life, eye for eye, tooth for tooth, hand for hand, foot for foot. When you go out to war against enemies and see horses and chariots and an army larger than your own, you shall not be afraid of them, for the Lord your God is with you, who brought you up out of the land of Egypt. And you draw near to the bow. The priest shall come forward and speak to the people. They shall say to Hear, Israel, today you are drawing near to bow against your enemies. Let not your heart faint. Do not feel panic or be in dread of them. For the Lord your God is he who goes with you, to fire for you against your enemies, to give you the victory. Then the officers shall speak to the people, saying, Is there any man who has built a new house and has not dedicated it? Let him go back to his house, lest he die in the battle, and another man dedicate it. Is there any man who has planted a vineyard and has not enjoyed its fruit? Let him go back to his house, lest he die in the battle, and another man and dedicate it. Is there any man who has planted a vineyard and has not enjoyed its fruit? Let him go back to his house, lest he die in the battle, and another man enjoys the fruit. And if there is any man who has betrothed a wife and has not taken her, let him get back to his house, lest he die in the battle and another man take her. And the officer shall speak further to the people and say, Is there any man who is faithful and faint-hearted? Let him go back to his house, lest he make the heart of his fellows not like his own. And the officers have finished speaking to the people. Then commanders shall be appointed at the head of the people. When you draw near to a city to fight against it, offer terms of peace to it, and if it responds to you peaceably, and it opens to you, then all the people who are found in it shall do falsely for you and shall serve you. And if it makes peace with you, and it makes war against you, then you shall besiege it, and the Lord your God gives into your hand. You shall put all its males to the sword, both the women and the little ones, the livestock, and everything else in the sea. And all its spoil you shall take as plunder for yourselves, and you shall enjoy the spoil of your enemies. And to the Lord your God is given you. Thus you shall do to all the cities that are very far from you, which are not the cities of the nations here, and the cities of these peoples that the Lord your God is giving you for an inheritance. And you shall save nothing that perishes, but you shall drive them to complete destruction. The Hittites and the Amorites, the Canaanites and the Perizzites, and the Hivites and the Jebusites, as the Lord your God has commanded. They may teach you to do according to all their abominable practices that they have done for their gods. And so you sin against the Lord your God. And when you besiege a city for a long time, making war against it in order to take it, you shall not destroy its trees by wielding an axe against them. You may eat from them, but you shall not cut them down. All the trees in the field human that they should be besieged by, and the trees that you know are not trees for food, you may destroy and cut it down. that you may build siege works against the sea that makes war with you until it falls. If in the land that the Lord your God is giving you to possess, someone is found slain lying in the open country, it is not known who killed him, and the elders and the judges shall come, and they shall measure the distance to the surrounding seas, and the elder of the sea that is nearest to the slain man shall take a heifer that has never been worked, and that has not pulled a yoke, and the elders of that sea shall bring the heifer down to a fountain with running water, which is neither plowed nor sown, and it shall break the heifer's neck there in the valley, and the priests and sons of Levi shall come forth, for the Lord your God has chosen them to minister to, and to bless in the name of the Lord, and by their word every dispute and every assault shall be settled, and all the elders of that city nearest to the slain man shall wash their hands over the heifer whose neck was broken in the valley, and they shall testify, our hands did not shed this blood, nor did our eyes see its shed, except to turn my own law for your people Israel, whom you have redeemed, and do not set the guilt of innocent blood in the midst of your people Israel, so that their blood and guilt be eternal. So you shall purge the guilt of innocent blood on your midst, from your midst, when you do what is right in the sight of the Lord. When you go out to war against your enemies, and the Lord your God gives them into your hand, and you take them captive, and you see among the captives a beautiful one, and you desire to take her to be your wife, and you bring her home to your house, she shall shave her head and pare her nails, and she shall take off the clothes in which she was captured, and shall reign in your house and remember her father and her mother a full month. And after that you may go to her and be her husband, and she shall be your wife. If you no longer delight in her, you shall let her go where she wants. You shall not sell her for money. No shall you treat her as a slave, since you have humiliated her. If a man has two wives, one loved and the other unloved, and both the loved and the unloved have borne him children, and if the first one's son belongs to the unloved, then on the day that he assigns his possessions as inheritance to his son, you may not treat the son of the loved as the firstborn in the presence to the son of the unloved, who is the firstborn. But you shall acknowledge the firstborn, the son of the unloved, by giving him a double portion of all that he has. He is the first fruits of his strength. The right of the firstborn is his. And if a man has a stubborn and rebellious son, he will not obey the voice of his father, or the voice of his mother, and though they discipline him, he will not listen to. And his father and his mother shall take hold of him and bring him out to the elders of the city, and the gate of the place where he lives. And he shall say to the elders of the city, this our son is stubborn and rebellious, he will not obey our voice. He will not obey our voice. He is a glutton and a drunkard, and all the men of the city shall stone him to death with stones. So you shall purge the evil from your midst, and all Israel shall hear and fear. And if a man has committed a crime punishable by death, and he is put to death, and you hang him on a tree, his body shall not remain all night on the tree, but you shall bury him on the same day. For a hanged man is cursed by God, and you shall not defile the land that the Lord your God is giving you for an inheritance. You shall not seek your brother's ox or a sheep going astray and ignore them. You shall take them back to your brother, and if he does not live near you, and you do not know who he is, and you shall bring it home to your house, he shall stay with you until your brother seeks it, and you shall restore it to him. And you shall do the same with his donkey or with his scarlet, or with any lost thing of your brother's. You lose and you find, you may not ignore it. You shall not see your brother's donkey or his ox fallen down by the way, and ignore it. You shall help him to live and walk again. A woman shall not wear a man's garment, nor shall a man put on a woman's cloak. Whoever does these things is an abomination to the Lord your God. If you come across a bird's nest in a tree on the young ones or eggs, and the mother seeing on the young or on the eggs, shall not take the mother with the young. You shall let the mother go, but the young you may take place. That may go well with you, and you may live long. When you build a new house, you shall make a crack for your roof, that you may not bring guilt of blood upon your house. When you should fall from it, you shall not sow your vineyard with two kinds of seed, lest the whole yield be forfeited. Crop that you have sown, and the yield of your vineyard. You shall not play with an ox or a donkey together. You shall not wear cloth of wool and linen mixed together. And you shall not make yourselves tassels on the four corners of the garment, with which you cover yourself. If any man takes a wife and goes into her, and then hates her, and accuses her of misconduct, and brings a bad name upon her, saying, I took this woman when I came near her, and not read in her evidence of virginity. And the father of the young woman and the mother shall take and bring out the evidence of her virginity to the elders of the city, and the father of the young woman shall say to the elder, They gave my daughter to this man to marry, and he hates her. Maybe all he has accused her of misconduct, but I did not find your daughter's evidence of virginity, and yet this is the evidence of my daughter's virginity. He shall spread the cloak before the elders of the sea, and the elders of the sea shall take the man and whip him, and he shall fine him 100 shekels of silver, and give him to the father of the young one. Because he has brought a bad name upon a virgin of Israel. And she shall be his wife. He may not divorce her all his days. If the things true and that evidence of virginity was not found in the young one. And she shall bring out the young one to the door of her father's house. And the men of the city shall stone her to death with stones, because she has done outrageously by whoring in her father's house. So he shall purge the evil from your midst. If a man is found lying with the wife of another man, both of them shall die, for the man who lay with one and the woman. So he shall purge the evil from Israel. And if there is a betrothed virgin, and a man meets her in the sea and lies with her, he shall bring them both out to the gate at sea. He shall stone to death with stones the young woman, because they did not cry. She did not cry for help, though she was in the sea, and the man because he violated his neighbor's wife. So he shall purge the evil from your midst. But if in the open country a man meets a young woman who is betrothed, and the man sees her and lies with her, then only the man who lay with her shall die. But he shall do nothing to the young one. She has committed no offense, punishable by death. This case is like that of a man attacking and murdering his neighbor, because he murdered in the open country. And though the betrothed young woman cried out for help, there was no one to rescue her. If a man meets a virgin who is not betrothed and sees her and lies with her, and they are found, then the man who lays with her shall give to the father of the young 50 shekels of silver, and she shall be his wife, because he has violated her. She may not divorce her all his days. A man shall not take a father's wife, so that he does not uncover his father's nakedness. Proverbs 10. The Proverbs of Solomon: a wise son makes a glad father, but a foolish son is a sorrow to his mouth. Treasures gained by wickedness do not profit, but righteousness delivers from death. The Lord does not let the righteous go hungry, but he thwarts the craving of the wicked. Slack hand causes poverty, the hand of the diligent makes rich. He gathers and summons the prince, and he sleeps and harvests his son to bring shame. Blessings are on the head of the righteous, but the mouth of the wicked conceals violence. The memory of the righteous is a blessing, but the name of the wicked will go. The wise in heart will receive commandments, but a babbling fool will come to ruin. Whoever walks in integrity will secure. If he makes his way, swift will be found out. Whoever winks the eye causes trouble, and a babbling fool will come to ruin. The mouth of the righteous is a fountain of life, but the mouth of the wicked is the of violence. Hatred stirs at strife, but love covers all offences. On the lips of him who has understanding, wisdom is found, and the rod is for the back of him who lacks sense. A wise lay up knowledge, but the mouth of a fool brings ruin. A rich man's wealth is a strong city, but probably of the poor say rule. The wage of the righteous leads to life, the gate of the wicked to sin. Whoever heeds instructions on the path to life, and he who rejects reproof leads others astray. No one who conceals hatred is lying lips, and whoever utters slander is a fool. And words of many transgression is not lucky. Whoever restrains his lips is pure. The tongue of the righteous is choice silver, the heart of the wicked is of little worth. The lips of the righteous feed bread, the fool's die for lack of sense. The blessing of the Lord makes rich, and he adds no sorrow with it. Terror is like a joke to a fool, but wisdom is pleasure to a man of understanding. What the wicked dread will come upon him, but the desire of the righteous will be good. The tempest passes, the wicked is nimble, and the righteous is established forever. Like vinegar to the teeth and smoke to the eye, those is like to those who slender. The fear of the Lord prolongs life, but the ears of the wicked will be short. The head of the righteous rings short, but the expectation of the wicked will perish. The way of the Lord is a stronghold to the blameless, but destruction to evildoers. The righteous will never be removed, but the wicked will not dwell in the land. The mouth of the righteous brings forth wisdom, the perverse tongue will be cut off. The lips of the righteous know what is acceptable, but the mouth of the wicked what is perverse. Psalm 137. By the waters of Babylon, there we sat down and wept. And we remembered Zion. On the willows there we hung up our lives. For there our captives required of us songs, and our tormentors mirth, saying, Sing us one of the songs of Zion. How shall we sing the Lord's song in a foreign land? If I forget you, O Jerusalem, let my right hand forget its skill. Let my tongue stick to the roof of my mouth, if I do not remember you. If I do not set Jerusalem above my highest joy. Remember, O Lord, against the Edomites, the day of Jerusalem. How they say, lay it bare down to its foundations. O daughter of Babylon, do him to be destroyed. Blessed shall he be who repays you with what you have done to us. Blessed shall he be who takes your little ones and dashes them against the rock. Now there's none. I shall not do the Lord's prayer. Use my hands, the Father in heaven, and let your name, your kingdom come, your will on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread. Forgive us our debts, as Joseph forgave our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. Yes, the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. Bye.